the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, back in the saddle, Doug. I'm JT Norville alongside Doug Coleman with if you could only see my partner here tonight with the pink sports jacket.
Absolutely. It is a beautiful shade of pink with a nice white button-down shirt, so across the gym you can see us. It is pink out night here at Lutheran High, JT. What a fun experience.
Yeah, it goes great with your eyes, Doug, I must say.
Well,
yes.
I've heard that before. You're the third person to tell me that today. Thank you.
No, just we've got a lot of pink here tonight, folks, as it's breast care awareness night here, and it's a pink out night. So the ladies, the varsity team, will have their pink numbers, and the nets are pink, and I've got a little pink on myself. Not as flashy as you, more subtle, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, I'm intrigued here with this pink basketball. What's that going to do to the teams playing,
I think we'll still see Spicer, knock down some threes.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. That's the varsity game, but nevertheless, yes.
Speaking of pink, there's a celebrity actually on the scores table in front of us tonight, Mr. Debrick from Zion. So let's see if he can't take care of the clock tonight. But let's get down to business here. We've got the Westminster Wildcats taking on the Lutheran High St. Charles Cougars. What can you tell us about Westminster, Doug?
Great school. First of all, great school, and what they do, the Wildcats do there at Westminster and their campus, and a lot of good people, coaches, teachers, administrators. I think looking at the girls' basketball team, they have a very, very successful year this year. Their varsity is 15-5, so if you have a varsity that's 15-5, you're going to have a JV that's pretty darn good too. So I think we're going to have a good game tonight, JT.
Here we go. The JV game kicks us off here, and Young controls the tip. Bonham with that pink ball. Offensive rebound there by Young with the first bucket for the Cougars.
Press here for the Cougars. Let's see if they can create some turnovers and some easy buckets.
Look at Kuhlman get after it. She goes up in the stands. Wow. Right off the bat, we see some action, Doug.
I'm glad she didn't fall over.
That had disaster written all over it, but somehow she collected herself and actually took a seat in the stands over there. Love to see that aggressiveness from Kuhlman. And she gets the steal here. She likes that pink ball. She can see it well, tracking it so far well. Bonham for three.
Ooh, just off the mark.
Just a hair long. Kuhlman is causing all kinds of problems for this Wildcat team.
Well, she came up with a steal right there and then lost it right off of her leg. So the ball will go back over to the Wildcats. Cougars will keep the press on.
We got Smith in there with Bulla, Young, Kuhlman, and Bonham. And the Wildcats break the press easy there.
Well, and they did. They got away with the traveling here over right in front of us, JT, number 23 there. Dayton Hayes.
Skip past to Bonham, inside to Bulla. Bulla up and is fouled. She's going to go to the line. Good pass, in pass there by Bonham to Bulla. We've made that call a few times this year.
Certainly have. Looks like we have a foul on number 10, Molly Kate Bew, I believe.
So, Doug, we've got some new hardware in front of us. I know some of the fans, it was a celebration on Friday night.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the scores table?
Yeah, this new scores table, the Allen Burke Memorial Scores Table. Allen was a longtime member of our volunteer staff here at Lutheran High and served not only in the press box out for football and soccer games, but also inside here for basketball and volleyball, running things for us. So it's nice to see. And if you're looking at it from across the gym, you see nice Lutheran Cougars spiced up in there. Coleman with another steal.
Smith misses the three, in and out. Guess who's there? Grace Kuhlman. And then just before that, there was a bucket there by Bonham. But thanks this scores table, I'm like totally envious in front of me,
Doug. Going,
Doug.
right? It's incredible.
I'm like when there was a vision that we were going to be broadcasting. Okay,
yeah.
This is what I vision. You guys, I mean, what a great asset here for Lutheran High.
Cutting edge. It's good to see.
Long shot there, and it's going to be off the Cougars instead of the Wildcats from Westminster. Sorry, go ahead,
no, I was
Doug.
going to say that was a good take by Katie Shoemaker, but you were going to talk about a little bit more about the scores table. And, these new banners we got up here tonight too, JT. Fans can't really see them from kind of their vantage point until it scrolls down to the far end of the building. But state championship for soccer banner is now up. State championship for football banner now up from the fall, as well as the fourth place for our check that third place for our state cross country team. So good to see those things up in the rafters.
The Cougar Den is getting decorated more as every week passes here, as Bonham goes up, and that's rolls in and out.
Boy,
good move there. Bull is going to take it away, and that's going to be a jump ball.
And that was Coleman's fourth steal. She had a steal down here to lead to a break.
I think somebody wants a T-shirt.
I guess the Claw Award. Well, like we asked the girls there, who's going to win the Claw Award? 3 or 4 of them raised their hands. They all won it, JT.
Kuhlman came to play. Speaking of Kuhlman, the typical fan club up across the way, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Smith has Bonham in the corner.
This is good. Ooh.
Off the mark. Boy, the Cougars are crashing the boards. Left hand by Kuhlman, off. Up and in by Young, though. 3 chances there.
Yeah, it's nice to see those offensive rebounds, JT.
6-2 Cougars as they take on the Wildcats from Westminster over there from St. Louis County. Made the track across the Missouri River, and the Cougars are in their home white as the loose ball goes over the Cougars.
Now, Bonham did a good job tracking that one down. Put the Cougars on offense now.
Kuhlman's going to pump fake, go baseline, leans in, is hacked. We've got some calls in from fans already on a private line, Doug. They really are already commenting on your pink jacket, actually.
Well, I did pay a few people ahead of time, so I do need to throw that out there.
So speaking of the open line, the public line, if we'll call that, that's 314-497-3014. The chat line is open, or text line.
Yep.
And if you can see Doug's jacket from the camera across the way, we'd love to hear from you.
I'll even put my hands up in the air just in case you can't see. My hands are up, and I'm now waving them right there. So there you go. Coleman with another steal, her 5th of the night.
Kuhlman kicks it to Smith. Smith looks to drive, kicks it to Young.
Ooh.
Smith ends back up with, boy, they're moving the ball really well. They're up 7-2. But Westminster takes it, and they're going to go the other way.
Brasfield. Well, that was all Brooke Brasfield there. The 5'6" freshman did a nice job there on that steal leading the break.
Smith for 3. Just off the mark, Bulla gets in there.
Yeah, Smith needs to find her stroke here, JT. She had a rough shooting night here the last game, and she has the ability to just light it up any given night. So you want to see one of these ones fall early. She gets on track.
Young nailed it.
Oh, nice bucket for Young.
Sydney Young for 3.
I'm sure Mimi and Papa are going to want to see a replay of that one, and we will get that one here at the quarter.
Young on the other end pokes it out, and here come the Cougars. Bull in transition, couldn't handle it, collects it baseline, finds Smith. Kuhlman from the top of the key. What is that, Doug? That's a 3-ball for Kuhlman.
My goodness.
And the Wildcats want a timeout.
Yeah, quick timeout there.
Holy smokes. With that, we'll hear from our sponsors.
Absolutely. Some of our family sponsors here this evening. Kevin and Toby Albrecht, Mike and Lori Albert, Reverend Jason and Carla Oranger, Scott and Darlene Burke, Carla and Lisa Bulla, Andrew and Ellen Barnett, Marty and Mary Bradford, Ricky and Lynn Bertel, Andy and Lynette Caleros, Kevin and Rosie Cantrell, Dr. Jim and Lori Chandler, Dave and Kathy Chapin, Matt and Sarah Savilli, Travis and Billy Kofel, Jared and Lisa Connor, Dr. Dick and Marcia Craven, Eric and Tina Dunlap, Dr. Craig and Tammy Ernstmeyer, Matt and Tiffany Feldhake, Mike and Dr. Amy Fridley, Chris and Jill Gerstner, Nate and Stephanie Gellner, and we'll get the rest of those later. JT, what a start for these Cougars.
What is in Kuhlman tonight? What did you feed her, or did you feed her? Maybe she's just hungry.
That's a question for her mom.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Grace Kuhlman out of nowhere is having a quarter of her life here. She is sniffing down everything on this press, too. The Wildcats break it this time, but guess who gets the steal? Grace Kuhlman, and here comes Bonham the other way. Bonham, 16-footer off the mark. And the Wildcats were out of bounds there, Doug.
Yeah, you know, Brooke Brassfield tracked that rebound down nice and just had a foot out of bounds, kind of lost track of where she was. But that was a good defensive rebound for the Wildcats.
Bonham sends it into Smith.
Oh.
She's hacked, and she's going to go to the line for 2.
Looks like Brassfield made a great play there. Now she's going to pick up a foul here to put Rachel Smith at the line shooting a pair. Add to this Cougars lead, JT. Right now, lead 13-4, up 9 here, middle of the first quarter.
That's 3 fouls on the Wildcats, none so far for the Cougars. And Smith, you know, I always like to see her hit those free throws too, because it's just sometimes those little things that start to add up to those 3 balls falling later here.
Absolutely.
14-4, Smith. Off the back iron, goes up about 4 feet and down back through the hoop.
Shooter's touch.
15-4, nothing but net. Boy, these girls are playing with some energy tonight.
And they really are. You know, just about had another steal there. And by my count, that would be the 10th steal already in this first quarter.
So they haven't played since Thursday, Doug, the JV team here?
Correct. Yeah, played that Rosati Kane game. And
here comes Kuhlman. Ooh.
Oh. Little stat padding there. Wanted to pick up a steal here, but then picks up a turnover.
I thought we were going to see a pirouette there.
Right? Ice skating move, Winter Olympics. Oh,
guess she's there again. Boy, she is a thorn in the Wildcats right now. Good pass from Bonham to Smith, up and in by Smith.
Beautiful pass from Cardi B over to Rachel Smith there, JT.
They got that look in their eye, Doug, all of them. It's not just one. This team is playing as a team right now.
You know, JT, I heard a lot of them talking in the hallways today at school, and, you know, they recognize that they only got one more game after this on the JV level, you know, tomorrow night, and then their season is done. So I think they kind of want to come out here against a good team like Westminster and say, hey, let's get this game at home on Pink Out Night.
So if you're just joining us, it is Pink Out Night here at Lutheran High, and, boy, does Coach Lutzwager have a surprise for us later, Doug? Boy,
I can't wait.
I saw her shoes. I'm just going to tip it off, but wow, she is honoring the pink out tonight.
Oh, yes. I can't wait. Those pink Jordans she's got on?
Yeah,
those
low
are pink
tops.
Jordans. I was unaware that Jordan had pink shoes.
That's what I should have put on. I've got a pair of pink that's got some in them on the low Jordans. But at any rate, we've got a break here, 17-4 as we digressed. Let's hear from our sponsors.
Yeah, some more of those familiar sponsors there. Pamela Hayes Hagstrom, Joe and Melissa Hubbard, Mike and Katrina Kearns, Jeff and Amber Kessler, Rich and Barb Keel, Chad and Linda Lashley, Brad and Christine Martin, Tim and Heather Mesa, Doug and Lizzie Meyer, Matt and Allie McCullough, Bryce and Lori Murhoff, Mike and Tina Miller, Karen Milster, David and Michelle Reed, Scott and Holly Rodeman, Mike Melissa Ruse, Rodney and Charlene Salyers, Tom and Terry Seiler, Bill and Westy Smith, Tom and Nancy Spar, Art and Nyla Sanderson, Jason and Julie Shaw, Charles and Stacy Smith, Mac and Sandy Talent, Ryan and Courtney Vanderpool, Mike and Kelly Van Pamel, Mike and Kathy Versman, Andy and Shay Wiggins, Greg and Nicole Wood, Wes and Kristen Young, Keith and Shireen Yoon, and Keith and Amy Zumbell, JT.
And would love to hear from any fans out there tonight. We've got our text line open, 314-497-3014.
Let us know where you're watching from. You know, we typically have people from Michigan and Florida and the greatest state in the nation, Oregon. So they're kind of all over the place. I'm getting a weird look from Mr. Clark, and I'm just shocked as to why. And now our athletic director is shaking his head at me.
Kuhlman is smelling this pink ball out. She is playing her eyeballs out right now.
Well, she is. Maybe she had those Wheaties this morning. I really don't know, but possible.
Cougars are up 17-4 in this first quarter. It seems like this first quarter is taking forever. Maybe it's because Kuhlman's had 10 steals, and it's hard to believe it's still the first quarter. Bonham goes up left side and off the mark, loose ball, kicks it out to Smith. Bonham, pump fake, drives baseline, kicks it to Young. Great move by Bonham, and Young gets the dividend.
That's the kind of play that gets you the Claw Award, is a great assist like that from Cardi B.
Baseline move, that was a highlight reel there. Cardi B. Ooh, some groaning out there, Doug. Did I hear that?
I think you did. I don't know if that was Cardi B or Grace Coleman.
When there's grunting out there, there's some work being done. Bonham is playing, puts in another gear,
and she
and
just
one.
Takes it in all the way. What a great play from Carly Bonham. She just smelled that bucket. JT, I'm very shocked right now. I did not think that the Cougars would come out this strong, and I expected to see a little bit more from the Wildcats tonight.
It's early.
It's
early. Up and in, 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Cardi B, and Grace Lashley, Mrs. Consistent, checks in.
Now, I am thinking that the Cougars were going to be wearing pink jerseys tonight, but maybe that's only the varsity team.
Yes, the varsity is I think the only upgrade on the uniforms on the lettering, not the JV team.
You know, our booster club bought those here about 5-6 years ago, and we break them out just once a year. So you're going to see a white jersey, and you're going to see a blue outline on pink numbers.
Oh, and they're sharp. I mean, it is totally legit, Doug.
Yep.
But what I'm hoping here pretty soon we'll get to see Caitlin Rice, because she has got some pink socks on up to her knees.
I love those. They were a good look. We always love the look that Caitlin Rice does have.
Ooh.
Oh, great steal. Oh! And that's the other kind of play that earns you a claw when you have makeup speed like that from Rachel Smith.
Rachel Smith closed down on that, and that is a highlight for Rachel Smith. Raquel.
Yeah. You know, I'm not seeing a number 35 on their roster here right now.
Somebody snuck in here.
Unless there's a varsity roster, there's an Addie Kane who's a freshman on the varsity roster.
Could be.
Potentially her.
Yep, I'm thinking that's the case. Addie Kane is what we're going to go with. If there's any Westminster fans out there, please correct us if we're wrong, but we're going to go with Kane for number 35 for the Wildcats.
Cougars doing a nice job breaking this press, JT.
Bonham is just playing with another gear as well. Her and Kuhlman. Well, they're really letting them play here tonight. The Wildcats are.
Looks like number 10, Grace Coleman, is going to pick up that foul there. And, you know, for how physical she has been here this first quarter, I'm surprised it's only one foul, JT.
The Wildcats here led by Sean Brenner, the JV team. A deep, seconds running out. Boy, that about went in there for Balu. And I tell you, Doug, I've got these utility things that I put on my nose now that would help me see. So I'm going to do that,
Well, a couple shout-outs here. Papa and Mimi are watching from South Florida, and they love the pink. Love the pink. And they also said they missed us last week. And we missed being here. And I tell you what, I was lamb-basted last home game here when we were not broadcasting. So I put that blame purely on the shoulders of our director of sports technology, Brent Gossett, for not kind of following. I'm kidding. I think I was the one who didn't want to broadcast.
Yes, you were, Doug. So I don't know. Just keep rambling.
Totally
you might want to
totally me. I might want to stop, right? Because it was definitely not you, nor was it our director of sports technology, Brent. We also have. Here we go. Cardi B's grandma watching from Michigan, loves the announcing.
These two fans, you know, I can't ever remember Papa and Mimi.
Yep.
And Cardi B's grandma, loyal listeners. So we got Florida and Michigan covered, right?
Yep. I feel like we should send a shirt out to Cardi B's grandma and a claw shirt also, a couple of claw shirts out for Papa and Mimi. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. So please text us your address, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what size you want. You know, absolutely. It all. Give us everything. And again, that claw award is sponsored by
Midas Hospitality in Rootberry. And we're proud to do that, Doug.
It's awesome. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. For those listeners who do not know, those are companies owned by the Claw JT Norville here.
Yes, sir. Two great St. Louis companies, born and bred here.
We do have another celebrity sitting right behind us here. I'm looking at him right now. It's Mike Wilhite, our soccer coach, our women's soccer coach here at Lutheran High, entering his, I want to say 8th year. He's correct, 8th year.
Off the mark there for the Wildcats. And Krenning has checked in for the Cougars. Her first action tonight with the red and black shoes. She's double-teamed in the corner Well, the Wildcats come out in the second quarter, and they've got some life in them.
Yeah. You know, I think they made a couple of substitutions, have some new personnel in the game, and they're playing a little bit more chip on their shoulder, if you will, a little bit more sense of urgency, JT.
So you got Bonham, Lashley, Crenning, Mays, and Bulla as Crenning off the mark. Offensive rebound by Bulla, and that's a jump ball.
Yeah, Crenning makes a nice, strong move to the bucket there. You love to see Bulla there once she gets that rebound. Just a quick pump fake. Just a pump fake. Get number 35, which I think we said her name was Addie Kane, on her jumped on her toes, and then go back up with it.
You know, I really have enjoyed as there's a foul there on the Cougars. I didn't catch who that was.
That's gonna be a foul on Carly Bulla there.
Okay.
And number 35, Addie Kane, is going to be shooting a pair here to cut into this big Cougar lead in the beginning of the second quarter here, JT.
22-4, 6:15 left in the second quarter. I'm JT Norville alongside Doug Kuhlman. Here with the Claw broadcast. This is going to be at least my last regular season game tonight, so kind of an emotional night for me tonight, Doug. But
yeah.
are you going to suit up for any of the girls' games
Yes.
while I'm out of town?
Yes, we're going to hit the, we were going to do the Thursday night game. We had a JV and a varsity game set up against Christian High, but apparently Christian High does not have enough healthy kids to play in that JV contest. So this coming Thursday is going to be solely the varsity game, which I'm disappointed about.
Yeah, and I think the girls were too.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously you want to play as much basketball, as possible, and to get games canceled. I know all the girls are disappointed when that happens, but be that as it may.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for Papa and Mimi sharing us that information, and we also look forward to seeing live and in color Carly Bonham's grandma.
And so the girls do play tomorrow night as well, Doug?
Play tomorrow night at 5:45 and 7. Play, yep.
But we are going to be skipping that broadcast,
We are not
correct?
broadcasting yet. We are, unfortunately, all of us actually have prior commitments. So I'll be watching that one in replay from our huddle camera here because I can't even be in here in person either. Neither can you. We'll both be out of town.
I'm on the road.
Yep. We got to remember we have jobs. This is what we do for fun.
Yeah. Mays with the 3. Kenai Mays just off the mark, and the Wildcats control the rebound. Looks like Kitchell's taking the press off, Doug, if I'm not mistaken, 22-6, and that's an ill-advised pass for the Wildcats, and it's going to go back to the Cougars, and here comes Bonham as she kicks in the afterburners. She's in the corner, pump fakes, 3, just a little bit long. And here come the Wildcats. That's Hayes. Hayes surveys.
Oh, she got away with a walk.
Good pass, entry pass to Hayes, and she gets it again. Hayes is going to have a layup, misses it. And boy, the Wildcats had several chances there. The ball's going to stay with them.
Yeah, I think that ball, my eyes caught that it should go back over to the Cougars there. The ball was knocked out of Sydney Young's hands, but nevertheless, Wildcats retain that possession.
Hayes off the mark with the 3. Boy, the Cougars got to box out.
They do. They got to do a better job there. Sydney just did not box out, and she's going to pick up a foul there. No, check that. It's going to be on number 20, Grace Lashley. I thought that was going to get called on Sydney Young. But, yeah, you're right, JT. The Cougars got to do a better job boxing out underneath the bucket and not let the Wildcats pick up the loose ball like that.
So it's pink out night here tonight. The pink nets, and speaking of pink, here comes Caitlin Rice with the pink socks. And, Doug, I got a close look on those, and those are music notes.
Music, I love it. I love those. And, that's not only pink. That is hot pink.
Yeah.
Hot pink.
Now, I don't know if Coach Kitchell got the memo, but does he have pink underneath that pullover? It doesn't look like it. So we're going to have maybe a conversation with Kitchell on his wardrobe after this game.
No doubt. I think he might have pink socks on. I did hear pink socks. So you're that, we're going to need to get him some pink gear, too,
22-8, 4:38 in this second quarter as the Cougars have really controlled it at the outset, but they've kind of cooled off and lost that energy in the second quarter here.
Yeah, you have some new personnel in there, and from where those starters were and whatnot. Kind of want to see that intensity get picked up like it was in the first quarter.
Bonham misses it. Young got the offensive rebound, and Bonham's going to be called with the foul.
Yeah, strong move up to the bucket. Just didn't able to make it fall, and Bonham's going to pick up that quick foul here. Again, you hate those fouls, especially when they're 90 feet away from the bucket on defense. Good number of fans tonight, too, JT, in this game for this pink out here for this JV, second to the last JV game of the season.
Mays gets her hands in there.
Oh.
What was the call there?
I was going to say, Kanai Mays is going to get a foul there. It looks like we're going to have number 3, Emma Ballou, shooting a pair. Good foul call by my friend there, Jeff Calloway, one of our officials tonight. What can you tell us about Jeff Calloway there, Brent? Apologize. Brent was telling us earlier there, JT.
Yeah, so one of our referees, as you mentioned, Jeff Calloway, was part of the 1982 St. Charles High Football State Championship back in 1982. So since 1982, there's not been a state football champion come out of St. Charles County. But guess what? That changed this year, Lutheran High.
It did. It did. And we're sitting by one of those coaches right now, Assistant Coach Brent Gossett, our Director of Sports Technology. He does so many things here at Lutheran High. We pay him very well.
Yes.
We pay him very well. That
And
$500 bucks he gets to coach football, and he, like you said, sodas, an occasional candy bar here.
You know what? It's about the joy. That is the payment
Absolutely.
that you get, right?
Yep.
That's why we do this, right?
100%.
I think this
right.
gives us an opportunity to hear from some of our sponsors.
Let's go to our gold sponsors here, gold and silver. Our gold sponsors, Signature Orthopedics, and also our silver sponsors, Athletico Physical Therapy, A&W All-American Food, our friends Jim Sill and Jim Sprick. Visit their restaurant at 3788 Elm Street in St. Charles, Missouri. And also our other silver sponsor, Ricky and Lynn Bertel, another Lutheran High family of Car Shield, owners of Car Shield. You know, that Car Shield commercial during the Super Bowl was really cool. I don't know if you saw that. But I was looking at all the commercials.
I missed that
Always
one, Doug.
fun. Yeah, it was right at halftime there. It was cool to see.
And Doug, what did you think of the halftime show, speaking of the Super Bowl?
Well, that's, you know what, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that's the time I grew up, was in that 90s, just like you. So
that was my
music,
jam.
Yeah, music I was very familiar with. Or, I'm not going to say music, but people I knew who were singing it, very familiar with at least.
So 22-10, 3:55 left in this second quarter, and the Cougars have cooled off a little bit in this second quarter. It really came out first quarter firing in all cylinders.
Yeah.
And they've got to start the block out here as Young drags it down there.
I was going to say, I don't know if the Cougars have scored this quarter yet, whereas the Wildcats have put 3 buckets in.
Rice. Kuhlman's back in. Let's watch her. She's hit a 3 this game. It might be her first 3 in her high school career, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
Right.
Young for her second, nailed it.
Another 3 ball from the corner. Get that lead back up to 15, JT.
She's 2 for 2, I think, from beyond the arc. Sydney Young with another 3. Young had to pop out there to guard the 3, which left the Wildcats open on the block. Good entry pass there for the Wildcats, and they get the bucket, 25-12.
Kanai Young with some good help side defense there, and then just did not box out there. Caitlin Rice needs to get that box out.
Young thought about another 3. Instead, here come the Wildcats on the turnover, and that's Lane with the breakaway bucket off the turnover from the Cougars.
Yeah, nice play by Ashley Lane, the junior forward. Oh, not a good pass.
And Kuhlman's going to get called for the foul here. She was 1 on 3. The Wildcats came the other way, and Kitchell may need to get a timeout here.
I was going to say, especially when the Cougars had that big, near 20-point lead, and has been whittled down to 11 here with a chance. Number 35, Addie Kane, has a chance to cut this to single digits, to cut to 9 points, JT.
Here comes Bola and Lashley in for Rice and Mays.
Well, Rice and Mays came in and gave some good minutes off the bench there here. Have been in since the start of this quarter. So a solid 5 minutes for both of those young ladies tonight, JT.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a one-on-one there, ladies. We got one more shot. Addie Kane will have another one here. And if she makes this, JT, all of a sudden this 20-point game is now going to be down to 9.
Young, good block out there, and here comes the Cougars on the fast break off the missed free throw. Bonham's just going to take it right to the dish. Oh. That's off the mark. And the Wildcats control it, and here they come. Left-hand layup there by Kane, the freshman.
Yeah, Westminster, from whatever coach said there, they were really playing a lot better here in the second quarter than they were in the first quarter. Ooh, errant pass.
And then Young's going to get called for a foul here.
Yeah, once again, there's one of those fouls 40 or 90 feet away from the bucket here, and another one-on-one opportunity for the Wildcats here, and this lead is down to 8, JT.
Just watching their faces here, Doug, they're kind of gassed here, so
yeah.
Cardi B may need a break here, and we'll see if Coach can get somebody else in, but this gives us an opportunity to hear from our sponsors.
Let's go to our bronze-level sponsors here. John Manufacturing, Amp Restoration, Ben-Hur Construction, Brannicky Hardware, Pallardy Electric, Midas Hospitality, CertaPro Painters, Kyle Hannigan Group, SCS Telecom Supply, Impression Apparel, Claims Adjusters, and Rootberry. Thank you very much, Rootberry and Midas, the owner sitting next to me, also the sponsor of our shirts tonight for the Claw Award. Good to have.
Thank you for those kind words. We're proud to be a part of LHS.
JT, I'll tell you, this game is a tale of two quarters here. Cougars just dominate is the word for the first quarter, whereas the second quarter here has been owned by the Wildcats, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's been a good matchup. The Westminster Wildcats from St. Louis County coming out here to St. Charles County to take on the Cougars. This is turned out to be a good matchup. Looked like it was going to be a runaway by the Cougars, and then all of a sudden they made some adjustments on the Wildcat side, and I think the Cougars have kind of lost some energy here. They really came out really, really hot, but now they're kind of dragging.
Yeah, lost some of that mojo they had in that first quarter here.
But I think it was a good idea by Kitchell there to get the timeout to let get some air in their lungs. But would love to hear where you're listening in or watching from tonight. The text line is open, 314-497-3014. And that's going to be a 7-point game, 25-18, 2 minutes left in the half.
Wildcats are hitting their free throws tonight, which is really helping them claw back into this game, JT.
Did you just say claw back in?
I absolutely did. Did you catch that alliteration?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice work there.
Boom.
25-19. This press is kind of giving the Cougars a fit. Lashley in the corner. She's really pestered. Gets it out of there. Back to Lashley. Lashley says, I don't want it in the corner, Kuhlman.
Yeah, don't give it to me in the corner.
Bonham kicks it to Young. Let's see if she can go 3 for 3. Short.
Just off the mark.
Follows her shot, though, and Bonham was standing out of bounds when she collected the ball there, and it's going to go over the Wildcats.
Well, we're lucky there that, Sydney Young didn't pick up that cheap foul, so. Hey, Aaron, you have your mom and dad's chairs?
And that's another bucket for the Wildcats, 25-21, as Kane hits it there for the Wildcats, number 35.
And we did just get, speaking of Addie Kane, after a nice play there, we did just get confirmation that is Addie Kane. We got a comment here from, thank you very much for reaching out and letting us know that is Addie Kane. We are not making a mistake.
Well, on cue, she just had a nice layup there and to
timing.
make it a 4-point game. 25-21 Cougars. Soft pass inside, and guess who gets it? Kane comes the other way. She misses the layup. And here come the Cougars the other way. Here comes Bonham. She's going to take it all the way to the dish. She's fouled.
Oh, no, you're going to get an offensive foul. That's an interesting call. Okay.
Well, the Cougars looked a little confused, as am I on that call.
I think some of the Westminster fans are confused, too, because they didn't see that coming either. So, nevertheless, ball would go back over to Westminster Wildcats.
Kane kicks it. 3-ball for the Wildcats off the mark. Kane goes up for the rebound. Bulla takes it away.
Nice strong rebound by Bulla.
Young brings it across half court. Cardi B drives, scoops in the middle of the lane, up and in. Cardi B with a runner.
What a bucket. And that stops the bleeding, JT, because if you know, we had 22 points at the end of the first quarter here. That is only the 5th point the Cougars had. The lead was 22-4 at the end of one here, so now the Wildcats have ripped off 17 points, whereas the Cougars have only scored
5,
potential 6 here. Yeah, 5, potential 6.
6.
So good job by the Wildcats and coach there to make some adjustments and play a little bit better here in the second quarter. It's been a fun game now.
Cardi B with 2 3-point plays the old-fashioned way this game. You know what? She loves taking it to the dish, Cardi B does.
She does. Looks like number 10, Molly Kate Bew, is going to be at the line to shoot a pair here. Kind of got sloppy on the inside, the Cougars did. And, you know, JT, I think the tale of this quarter for the Cougars is all about lack of boxing out, whereas the Wildcats are getting in better position both on the offensive and the defensive boards.
Norval's going to check in for Bulla. You know, I did catch Cardi B on the way into the game. She was definitely honoring the pink out tonight. She had these hot pink sweatpants on.
Nice.
Ooh, Lashley rips it out of there, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, it looks like we had 2 Cougars and 1 Wildcat there, with between Addie Kane, Grace Kuhlman, and Grace Lashley, all kind of going for that ball.
Kane's going to take the 3. Just off the mark. Grace Norville is going to get called to the foul. She did not have position there.
I love what Addie Kane did there, JT. You know, she was tall, posting up inside, and she just kind of fell back there about 10 feet and was open for the 3-pointer. So that's a nice play, nice setup, and nice just ability for her to say, hey, I'm not going to get the ball in the post here because Sydney Young's right in my face. I'm going to fade back and get an open 3. Good job by Addie Kane.
Absolutely. And that's Hayes at the line. She misses the first. It remains 28-21. There's only 13.5 on the clock here,
Absolutely.
so the Cougars need to block out here and see if they can get something in transition off the miss. Long rebound, and Hayes gets her own rebound.
Oh, is Sydney Young going to pick up another foul here? And you'd hate to have that happen with just under 8 seconds in this game. Nope, foul's going to be on, what, 22?
32, that's Grace Norville. She's picked up 2 in about 10 seconds here, Doug.
Physical play is what you want to see.
She does not waste them, that's for sure.
And you can't take them with you. It's kind of like timeouts. You might as well use all 5 fouls. Right?
Lashley tracks down the rebound. There's 6 seconds left. Need to get it going. They get it to Kuhlman. Let's see if Bonham can get one off. She releases it. Ooh! It was nothing but net, but it didn't go in.
Just didn't go right through there.
All right, we're going to take a break for halftime, or are we going to do a little?
Halftime here. We have Eric Norwine coming up. Eric is our student council advisor here at Lutheran High. And Eric. So he's saying he's going to go unlock the room for the Westminster Wildcat players and coaches, and he's going to come up here to the booth, and we're going to talk about Cuts for Cancer and what our student council is putting on here, going on right now, opportunity to raise some funds and help out those in need. So we'll be back here in a couple moments, and we're going to go to some highlights here of the first half. Then we'll have JT back with Eric Norwine.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
This is how it should be done.
Well, hi, Eric. JT Norville up
Hey.
here. Happy to join us. So, Eric Norwine, teacher here at Lutheran High, correct?
Yes, teacher, student council advisor, former basketball coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, Coach Bethany didn't fire me, per se. I had a daughter last November, and so...
Congratulations.
Thank you, yeah.
What's her name?
Her name's Lillian. She goes by Lily. I'm sure she's watching right now, so this is great for her. She'll be 15 months tomorrow.
Okay. How's it being a dad?
Oh, the best. The best. You know, I always tell the kids around here that all I really ever want to be is a husband and a father, and they were my kids and still are my kids. But now to have one of my own that, for, you know, better or for worse, looks a little bit like me is pretty wonderful as well. So, yeah.
What do you teach here at Lutheran High?
So I teach in the social studies department. I teach sophomore world history and senior American government, primarily senior American government, which is really neat for me because students, again, for better or for worse, are required to pass that class to graduate. So I always tell them, you know, one way or another, you're going to have to go through Mr. Norwine. So I hope for the most part it's a positive experience. But no, I love what I teach. I love who I teach with, and I love who I get to teach. So I'm really
Awesome.
fortunate. Yeah.
So, student council
Yeah.
advisor, STUCO is what they call it, right?
Yeah,
So,
you know, we like, the government likes acronyms.
Yeah.
You know, so student government should like acronyms too. So, yeah, STUCO.
So that was a new term for me. I've got a sophomore, and they said STUCO. It took me a bit, but now
Yeah.
I'm on to it.
There you go.
HOCO, STUCO,
HOCO,
all
STUCO.
that
Yeah,
CO
it's-
stuff.
Co's. Lots
Yeah.
of Co's. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing for Cuts for Cancer.
So our executive council, led by our president, Madam President Annalise Bridey, have put together an opportunity for our students here at Lutheran High to donate hair. They can donate up to 8 inches. Cuts for Cancers is what it's called. Donate up to 8 inches, which then go to children. They create wigs out of them and things like that. And then I'm actually participating. I'm not here to plug me per se, but I am actually participating in Brave a Shave. I don't exactly have 8 inches, but I'm raising money to shave my head in front of the school at an assembly on Friday. So I'm not doing this for the followers, you know. It's a Dr. Kuhlman thing, perhaps. But if anyone wants to learn more, perhaps the easiest place to go, if you find yourself on Twitter, would be at Coach Norwine, COACH Norwine, NORWINE. And again, no one has to follow that account, but they will find a link to the Cuts for Cancer donation. As well as a QR code if they'd like to contribute to the Brave a Shave opportunity. And all proceeds go to St. Baldrick's for children's cancer research. So super proud of our kids. Again, I get to talk about it a little bit, but I can take no credit for it. This is all them, and excited to see it play out.
So this was this STUCO's idea?
Yeah. It's part of a capstone project for again our student council president Annalise Bridey, and so her and our executive council is what we call them. They specifically planned this, and then of course we utilize the entire student council to go about actually executing it and things like that. So she worked with hairstylists that are volunteering to come in to do the hair cutting and worked out all the details. And came to myself, and I need to give a shout out really quick, just in case
Absolutely.
they're
Go
watching.
for it.
To my
The mic is
co-advisors.
yours.
The mic is. It feels powerful. But to my co-advisors, Marie Branicki, Mrs. Branicki, she's a teacher here at Lutheran High, as well as Miss Ellie Smith. They've just been fantastic. But again, for us, it's about empowering the kids and then getting out of the way and letting them learn from it and grow from it, and then just being there to make sure to catch them if they fall. But man, we've got great kids; they don't fall all that often, so it's really neat.
Well, it's okay to fall. That's how you learn. You got to get back up, right?
That's the life lesson. Yeah, it's not about how many times you fall; it's how many times you get back up. I think Smash Mouth had a song about something to that effect.
One of my favorites, actually. So. Is there a goal in mind when you think about the amount of hair, or how do you set a goal for something like this?
So I will say I have been growing my hair out because I had been buzzing it throughout the pandemic just because
it's easier,
cheaper and easier,
right?
and so. But I have been growing out, and it's gotten to the point where my wife kind of likes it. So this is a big sacrifice. So I'm trying to raise $250 personally, $250 from the students. We'll see how that goes. And then $250 from the broader Lutheran High community. So that also includes, I texted the family and stuff like that. So my brother gets paid Friday. Ben, if you're listening, I'm putting you on blast in front of all these people. That paycheck hits Friday. Some of it better be going to St. Baldrick's. So
that's awesome. What a great program here, and the Stuco putting that on. So that is so awesome, and. You do have a very nice set of hair, by the way.
I got maybe a nice set of hair, but what do they say? A radio face to be sure. So this is fun.
Yeah, no, Eric Norwine joining us, and you were in Hollywood, I hear, for
I was
10 years or so. Is that accurate?
Not 10 years. It feels like 10 years.
Okay.
5 or 6, but nonetheless, I got a degree in cinematic arts, which I always say is a snobby way of saying I watched movies in college and paid a lot to do it. But I went out to University of Southern California and graduated from their film school, and then was really fortunate. Actually linked up with a former Lutheran High student, Josh Salzberg, who lives out there with his wife Sarah and their 2 children now. But Josh had broken into the industry with Will Ferrell's crew. And so he linked me up with them at a comedy website they had called Funny or Die, and worked out there for 5 years, and then felt God calling me to do something different. And so that would be the reason I'm sitting next to you now as they start the second half. Cougars lead 28-22.
Nice work,
man.
You are – I mean, we may just keep you in here instead of this guy that's usually sitting by me. This guy's smooth behind the mic.
Well, broadcast journalism was my first major at Mizzou, and then I decided to transfer and rack up student loans, which is always, wise.
Yeah. You look very comfortable up here, but we're going to start the second half, and we're going to leave you behind the mic for a little bit.
We are
30-22 here on Pink Out Night. I'm beside Eric Norwine, the Stuco advisor, and for you older folks out there listening, Stuco is student council, and I'm one of those older folks out there that didn't know what that was.
We got a jump ball, staying with Westminster. Should be on the side.
So you got the pink tie tonight, definitely supporting the pink out.
Yeah, my wife dressed me. It's always.
So have you had a chance to come watch any of these ladies' games this season?
I'll tell you what, with the little one at home, I have. I was going to say this jokingly, but it really is the truth. I have listened to you all broadcast more than NBA broadcasters this year because I have been streaming the claw. I'm just thankful it's not Misha TV charging me $10 a pop. Otherwise, well, I don't know.
Worry, when the playoffs come, that's when the $10, and
right.
That's when my wife stops listening.
Right.
So.
Well, I kept listening all the way through all of our fall team success.
Boy, the Wildcat fans have shown up here. They're in their blue, and that's a 3 off the mark. Get the offensive rebound up and in for the Wildcats. That's number 3, Emma Bailu there. If I've mispronounced that, I apologize to the Wildcat fans. Help me out there. You're a teacher.
A teacher. No, well,
Ballew.
one of my weaknesses as a teacher is learning names. I always tell kids, if I know your name by the end of the first day, you did something wrong.
I've already put my, celebrity color man underneath the spot here and on the spot.
No, we're doing good. Missed the free throw, but a rebound by 35. That's
Kane.
2 offensive rebounds in a row by Westminster, converting to 4 points. It's about possessions, and they get another one on the steal by number 20.
Lane.
Up and fouled.
Lane's going to be fouled by Smith there.
That'll send her to the charity stripe for 2 as Westminster looks to cut into the 4-point Cougar lead.
And the Cougars own this first quarter, and they came out with a lot of energy. But you can see and hear that shift in energy over the Wildcat side, as we are over on the Wildcat side. But the Cougar fans need to wake up across the way. We're here at the Cougar Den here, as the Wildcats from Westminster, that's Kuhlman, is going to check out, and Krenning's going to come in. And Lane is off the mark in the free throw.
Another offensive rebound by Westminster. They keep it alive.
Krenning comes in, and she forces a turnover and an ill-advised pass on the Wildcats. It's going to go back to the Cougars.
They talk about skipping passes all the time, right? Make the defense move quicker that way. Throwing it and catching it sometimes can be harder than we like to realize. That's why we open with passing often. And
speaking of that,
right
as
on
the Cougars turn it over, and then another turnover. It's like a tennis match right now.
Yeah, again, love all around.
Well, I really love that pink ball and the pink
It's
net.
nice. It's nice. I will say the pink net, I didn't make a lot of baskets when I played, but I feel like the pink net would have been a good excuse for me. I feel like it's a little strange to look at. And another turnover.
This Wildcat press is having a lasting impact on the Cougars here.
We would call that attrition. World War I was a war of attrition. That's what they're doing. They're kind of wearing us down a little bit right now.
They are. I mean, and we had all this energy in the first quarter and just deflated. Long pass to Young. Up. She was fouled. No call. Late call. I think we're going to get the late call here.
Yep. And I think it's the right call. The best way to break a press is score off the press.
Yep. Young's going to go to the free throw line. And for you fans out there watching us or listening tonight, please text. Our text line is open, 314-497-3014, as Young is at the free throw line. Up and in. Nothing but pink net there. 31-26. Somebody needs to spark this Cougar team as Coach Lutzwager passes in front of us. So I don't know if you knew about this, but Lutzwager has a thing going back to her playing days. She eats a Milky Way before every game.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think Marshawn Lynch would eat like, I'm sitting next to probably the Marshawn Lynch expert, resident here, Dr. Kuhlman. Yeah, Skittles, he's saying.
Young takes it away, and here come the Cougars the other way. Smith is going to go scoop up. She's fouled by the Wildcats, number 23 on the foul. That's Hayes with the foul, and Smith's going to get 2 from the free throw line. 4:42 in this third quarter, 32-26, Cougars. Smith just off the front end.
It's usually a follow-through issue there. You see her follow-through kind of fell off to the right a little bit, and kind of naturally that's where the basketball is going to go. Let's see if she reaches to the front of that rim and has a little more success, and she does. That's often the biggest fix, my years of coaching. Quite often it's simply just, are you lined up straight?
So I think this is an opportunity. Sorry to interrupt you, but
No.
you're in the hot seat, so you get to tell us about our sponsors.
Oh, our sponsors. So we're
blue sponsors.
We're celebrating our blue sponsors right now. Vince and Kristen Bonham, great people the Bonhams are. Shamrocks, Alan and Christy Kaufman, and Mascots. Thank you for sponsoring us here at Lutheran High. It's greatly appreciated.
That's all you need to do.
That's what I did?
Yeah,
Wow.
that was easy. So I think you did it better than Doug, actually. And if you're just joining us, this is Eric Norwine, who is doing the color commentating. So, Eric, was a pleasure to hear from you at halftime about Cuts for Cancer and what Student Council is doing there. And if you missed it, follow, and I don't even know if do you say follow or
Yeah, yes,
Follow
follow would
is
be
the
the
right-
term.
okay.
This is the extent of my hipness. It stops at Twitter.
Coach
Yeah.
Norwine, and that's CoachNorwine, and you know, you can tune into what you're doing there with the Cuts for Cancer, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. We'll be sure to post before and after photos as Lutheran High puts the press on here. Up 7 with 4:30 in the third, and you just tell me when you want. Oh, well.
Young gets the loose ball, and here come the Cougars. They look to press it. Bonham can't handle it. Boy, this Wildcat team has showed up now. They've got the energy the Cougars had in the first quarter. Kick pass to Bulla. Bulla's going to be fouled.
You know, the difference that I've seen so far is Westminster's hands have just become a lot more active.
Yeah.
They're coming to traps. You know, you come to a trap and you got your hands down, it's pretty easy to throw out of that trap. You come to a trap, both people trapping have their hands up. Take away the line of sight, obviously it's going to lead to turnovers, and you know you're going to have some of these fouls down below when you got active hands, but sometimes that's the price you pay for the good that might provide defensively.
Bulla at the line, up and in, 34-26.
So Lutheran High decides to return the favor here with a little pressure. And that's going to stay with Westminster.
So you've got a broadcast degree, is that
no,
right?
So I started at Mizzou as a broadcast journalism major, and then decided I wanted to try film, but they had like one film class. Literally, it was called Food and Film. And off the mark there.
Offensive rebound. Young goes up the ladder. She can't get the rebound. And another opportunity for the Wildcats, but Bonham picks it away, and here Cardi B can't get a hold of it. Rolls out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Cougars.
Good hustle there. I mean, at this point, Lutheran High has to make sure we're not giving Westminster any extra possessions.
So I usually say you got to protect the orange, but with the ball tonight, you got to protect what fruit is pink.
Is the inside of a grapefruit?
A grapefruit? Yeah, you got to protect the grapefruit tonight with that pink ball, Doug.
He says absolutely, if you didn't hear that at home. I'm supposed to be supervising. I hope.
You're doing a great job supervising, Eric. Smith goes up, and that's out of bounds.
I got Mr. Clark down here just kind of chuckling. Listen, hey, I don't want to be up here as much as the people listening to me want me to be up here. So
They do. They need a break from Doug once in a while.
Well,
so Young goes up off the mark. Wildcats are going to control the rebound. Token pressure here by the Cougars, and here come the Wildcats. Ball on the ground. That's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go back over the Cougars, Eric.
Yeah, right now, again, it's a game of possessions. You turn the ball over, you give the other team an extra possession. You don't rebound, you give up an offensive rebound, you give the other team another possession, and usually a position to make a free throw, maybe get fouled. So the name of the game for me the rest of the way out is who can handle the basketball.
Protect the grapefruit.
Protect the grapefruit, and occasionally
Young gets the offensive rebound up and in. Sydney Young with the bucket, and she's fouled.
And that's exactly what we're talking about, right? Second
Protect the
opportunities. Protect the grapefruit. And occasionally
We're going to see a replay on this one. Eric, look at this. She gets shoved in the back underneath. Still somehow got it up. Sorry, I've got the replay screen.
Oh,
and
no,
had the benefit of that.
I was just replaying it in my head. With you broadcasting, it makes those thoughts more fun.
Here comes that press, and the Cougars have a little bit of life in them. They're up 9 with 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Is Kane. That's going to be a turnover on the Bobcats. Oh, we've got some fans tuning in from my hometown, Taylorville, Illinois. Eric,
where is Taylorville,
Taylorville is about 20 minutes southeast of Springfield, Illinois, so a couple hours away. Don and Joyce Kelly, Grace Norville's grandma and grandpa listening in. They're also loyal listeners of the Claw broadcast. Tom and Helen, their nicknames are Tom and Helen. Thanks for watching the broadcast tonight.
Yeah, welcome. A great play down there by Bonham to fake off to the corner, and we have another offensive rebound.
Young finally gets the rebound after the Wildcats had multiple opportunities, but she dribbles at it, and she's going to pick up the foul.
Yeah, we probably bailed her out there. Got underneath the hoop and
Here, we're going to see that highlight here, Bonham here. Oh, yeah, she was deep underneath the basket and took the grapefruit up and in.
Offers a little fake to the corner, gets the defense to slide over, opens up a lane to the basket, and it's a pretty easy game when you do it that way.
So this Cuts for Cancer, who's going to be, have you gotten anybody from the school here to chop off the 8 inches?
So, this again speaks to how great our kids are. They went through the process of getting hairstylists to, actual hairstylists to volunteer to do it, and then I think even work with the kids to do a follow-up, because obviously they're not doing a haircut per se, the one that would take my wife a considerable amount of time, but just getting the 8 inches, and then the girls, I'm sure, will go out from there and make sure that their hair is styled after doing this good deed. And Caitlin Rice
in with the pink socks up to the knees, nails it. A key bucket there for the Cougars, 41-27.
Caitlin is one of my favorite students here at Lutheran High. I don't have favorites.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that, Eric.
I know. I tell them I don't have favorites.
One of your favorites.
Right. It's like your children. Now I'm a dad. I understand it. You really can love them all the same, even if they're all a little different from one another. But Caitlin is fantastic in the classroom. She is one of, by the way, as a Stuco, by the student council, just to make sure you remember.
Hey, we're going to see this bucket by Caitlin right here. So let's watch this. Baseline jumper, 10 foot, up and in.
I love it. Caitlin is one of our best dressers whenever we have a Spirit Week. If student council is doing a Spirit Week, Caitlin Rice shows up.
I've been broadcasting. This is our second year. And style points, no doubt. Caitlin Rice brings it every time.
Yeah.
There are music notes on those socks, Eric, if I got close enough to see them.
I don't have the eyesight for that. I'll be quite honest.
Smith tracks it down in the corner, the sophomore, number 12.
That's the proper call there.
So it's pink out night here tonight.
Yeah. Lutheran High is doing a lot right now to highlight some important things in this world, and certainly cancer research and is near the top of that list of important things.
3 ball short. Caitlin Rice is there for the offensive rebound. Bonham is going to be out of bounds, trying to track down the loose ball on the baseline there.
So I'd like to amend my earlier statement. It still is about who can handle the ball, but at this point I'd say it's about who's going to make free throws too, because I would imagine most of the fourth quarter we will be in the bonus.
Bulla and Smith trap in the corner. Bulla! Boy, you do not want to get into a jump ball with Bulla. She will yank it out of your hands, and you're going to feel something after it.
And that was a really good play by her to not foul. You don't need to bail them out with the foul there. They're trapped. Get a tie-up, get the ball back, and that's a pretty standard inbound play. And
Hayes hits the 3 for the Wildcats to cut it to 41-30, a minute left in this third quarter. I'm joined by Eric Norwine, teacher here at Lutheran High.
Yeah, teacher.
In the booth, and student council advisor.
Student council advisor, yeah. Best job in the world.
The Wildcats kick it out. That's Hayes. Skip pass, and Kane's going to take it at baseline, and it looks like Lashley is going to be called for the foul here, or did they get Bola on that? That was Lashley.
20.
The sophomore, Lashley, is Kanaya Mays, checks in for the Cougars. Good minutes there from Caitlin Rice. Kitchell has to be happy with that.
Absolutely. And she's +2 on that stint.
Quick pass inside to King. Cougars were not ready for that, and that's going to cut it to a 9-point lead just as we've got 30 seconds left in this second quarter, or third quarter, I'm sorry. Bonham wants it, and that's a travel on the Cougars.
Yeah, I would be very, very interested as to how many turnovers Lutheran High has in this quarter.
This press has been a bit of a thorn for the Cougars.
But they've extended their lead.
Yeah, so it was a little bit more injury. You know, we didn't see from...
Addie Kane has become the aggressor for Westminster. She's done a really nice job. She's driving baseline pretty well.
She's a 5'11" freshman. That's going to be a foul on the Wildcats. I'm going to be interested to see. I don't think we saw a lot of action out of Grace Kuhlman from this quarter, so hopefully she's okay. Grace Kuhlman, I didn't see her out there. Hopefully she's okay there.
You know, she's got a good dad, and he's still sitting behind me, so I got a feeling if there was something real wrong, he'd be taking.
He'd send Sarah over.
Hey, listen, the goal in life, if any young men listening, the goal in life is to outkick your coverage when it comes to your wife.
He surely did that.
Yep, mine was a touchback, not returnable.
5-6 left in the quarter here, 41-32.
Stay away, don't need a foul.
Deep three.
Oh.
Off the glass, and that's going to end the quarter. 41-32. And I think it gives us a chance to hear from some of our sponsors as Doug's going to come back into the booth. Eric, it was a pleasure.
Hey, great talking to you.
Yep,
It's
absolutely.
Good to be a part of what I've been listening to all winter. All right, everybody have a good night. Cuts for Cancer. Please support it. God bless.
Well, another shout out here, JT. Thanks again to Eric Norwine, for Mr. Norwine, for stepping in for me, giving me a little bit of break there, and that's always much appreciated. One of our loyal listeners here, JT, with a quick shout out, Jordan Hesse. Jordan Hesse, shout
Always
out.
love to hear from Jordan.
Absolutely. You know, I had Jimmy John's today for lunch, Jordan. Just want to let you know that. So there we go.
I could use a sandwich right now, actually.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you're going to get a handshake. There we go. You know, I tell you, and I think the key here, if you look kind of what happened here for the Cougars in the middle of the third quarter, was Addie Kane picked up that fifth foul. I didn't really see her have a foul there, but nevertheless was called, and I think that's really going to hurt Westminster potentially down the stretch, because Addie has been playing a whale of a game on the offensive and defensive end for these Wildcats. So, yeah. And as we get going for the fourth quarter here, Cougars are in the lead of this game, 9 points. You know, had an early 22-4 lead, and then the Wildcats have clawed their way back into this game. So fun to see the clawing on the claw here, JT.
I hear you, Doug. Good to have you back. But
Absolutely.
boy, Eric was a pleasure, man. What a great guy.
He is. He is a great man. Had him as a student, had him as a player, as an athlete, and now obviously as a colleague. Oh, errant pass from Sydney Young, and that's uncharacteristic of Sydney Young,
Yeah.
JT.
But, you know, I was watching Sydney tonight. She's really playing with some renewed confidence. Or not renewed, I would say grown confidence. And it's fun to watch these girls as the season kind of winds, as, you know, they grow confidence throughout the year. And all these girls, you know, from the start of the season now, it's a world of a difference.
Oh, big time.
There's Kuhlman. Haven't called her name in a while. And Bonham crosses over, goes up left hand. She's blocked. That was clean, but she got body there. The Wildcats did.
Yeah, you know, nice take right there. And number 3 for the Wildcats, Emma Ballou, and I apologize if we're pronouncing that incorrectly there, Ballou, is going to be at the line, shoot a pair here. Check that. Carly Bonham is going to be at line number 3 to shoot a pair.
Bonham up and in. Boy, Bonham's had a great night tonight on both sides of the court, and you know, really has gotten up and down the court and led this Cougar team to a 10-point lead here with 6:25 left in the fourth quarter.
And I was totally incorrect there, GT. I thought that foul was on Blue, but it was on Hayes. So Dayton Hayes picked up that foul.
Dayton Hayes, I like that name,
Absolutely.
Doug. Kuhlman gets in there.
Well, we got a jump ball. I don't think we've seen number 10 for the Cougars on the ground yet this game. This is odd.
This is a different Kuhlman.
It is. She's playing with a little more fire than usual. JT, you know, we got 6 minutes left in this game. Cougars are lead here by 11. We got to be thinking about the claw here.
I've got a couple ideas. That first quarter was telling, but as the game winds on here, it's
a steal.
Kuhlman's on the floor. You just is she okay there? Kuhlman hits the deck. She's up.
And I think
she's okay.
Yep. She's fine. We're going to have to start wearing elbow pads too now. Got a question here. Do we know how many points some players have, specifically Sydney Young? We do not. We'd have to check that book out. We don't keep track of that up here in the booth, but we're going to try to run that down and kind of share the number of points that each individual does have here tonight.
Entry pass to Bonham, couldn't handle it, and they're going to stay with the Cougars.
Again, folks, if you do have a question here or want to reach the booth here, please send us a text here at 314-497-3014.
Young, good pass to Kuhlman. Kuhlman up and in. Great pass there by Sydney Young.
That wasn't nice. And Sydney's done it all tonight, JT. Pulled down some huge rebounds, some nice three-pointers, made some plays inside. She's been a force for these Cougars.
Good defense by Mays. And Bonham steps in front of that pass, but it's going to stay with the Wildcats right in front of us.
Yeah, you know, good no call there. I thought Cardi B could have picked up that foul there real quick, and glad she did not.
Here comes Smith inside in for Mays. Bonham pokes it away.
Boy, Bonham wants that claw award.
She does. She's protecting the house here on the defensive side of the court here. Yeah, Eric got up here in the booth. Man, he felt at home.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I think he could have just
been here once or twice.
Bonham drives up and off the mark, and the Wildcats control the rebound. Ooh, and that's going to stay with the Cougars as the Wildcats couldn't control the rebound down there, and the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, Molly Kate Bew there made a tough pass to number 3, Emma Ballou, and Emma was unable to hold on to that, so the Cougars will retain this possession under the basket, looking for a quick bucket here, JT.
Yeah, Molly Kate Bew, I was just talking to her dad. Her dad is one of our Midas Hospitality's bankers. So
nice.
Bonham with the 3 and off the mark, so it was good to see John here in the stands here at LHS.
Absolutely. It's like Grace Kuhlman's going to pick up a foul there, and that'll be her 4th, and she has not did not have good possession on that one.
Krenning's going to check in for Kuhlman. That's 4 on your daughter there.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I always tell my kids, fouls. You got 5, use them. So it's good to see her following my advice and/or my mandate for once in life. So
did you do something special for Sarah on Valentine's? Not to put you on the spot, but I am, Doug.
I was unaware it was Valentine's Day yesterday. So
you already, but today you're wearing pink.
I am, yeah. No, absolutely did. Yeah, it's you know, that's the beauty of being married 20+ years. It's another time. Just fun. Valentine's Day is a fun time to have some dinner, get some flowers, and those kind of things, right? Same as you, yeah?
Absolutely. Well, the vision last night was to have heart-shaped pizza.
Yep.
Well, it just didn't happen, so we had just regular pizza.
Nice.
And some waffles and ice cream. So
well, you can't beat that, can you?
Maria walked away with some pink slippers.
Nice.
Yeah.
You do gifts on Valentine's Day. See, we reserve that only for birthday and Easter, or rather, birthday and Christmas.
Yeah, I've set an unreasonable expectation.
I guess. You know, and the fact that you live with 4 women might have something to do with that too, huh?
Yes. That's an air ball.
I think that hit the rim, actually.
It might have skimmed it.
It skimmed the rim, so it should have been played, but nevertheless, officials saw it a little bit differently.
45-32. I'm JT Norville, beside Doug Kuhlman and Brent Gossett, bringing the Claw broadcast. Is Smith 3 off the mark. Ooh. Young tries to get the rebound, but that's off of Young, and it's going to go over the Wildcats.
Yeah, Sydney did a nice showing there. She actually had inside position, but the ball was a little bit outside of her reach, and she's able to swat it out of bounds. Ball go back over to the Wildcats.
Boy, the Cougar Den is really filling up here in anticipation of the varsity game on this pink out tonight. Ooh. Norville picks it apart, picks it away.
Nice steal from Grace Norville.
Crenning just has it poked away from her, and here comes the Wildcats the other way and up and in.
Yeah, Ashlyn Lane made a nice play there, the 5'8" junior forward.
Young had Bonham cutting. Bonham wanted, but Young didn't see her. And the Wildcats poke it away. That's Bailu.
Excellent steal from Emma
gets
there.
it over to Williams, and she's fouled.
Looks like Layla Williams will be at the line. The sophomore guard will be at the line shooting a pair here to cut into this Cougar lead. You know, Cougars have had this between 7 and 12-point lead here most of the second half here, and now, you know, if the Wildcats want to get in the W column for this game, they're going to have to get these free throws in and also take advantage of some of these extra possessions that they have had.
Layla Williams at the line. She hits her first. 45-35 Cougars. Again, tell us where you're listening from tonight. Would love to hear from you on the chat line, 314-497-3014. Williams hits 2. I don't think she's seen much action, and comes in and hits 2 critical free throws for the Wildcats as they've amped up the pressure. Norville gets it over to Smith. Skip past to Young. Young has Crenning in the corner. Crenning might picked up her pivot foot there, and that was a good call by the refs there.
Yeah, good call. You know, she was pivoting on that left foot and switched that pivot foot over. So. And
fans, you do not need to adjust your dial. The color is right. That basketball is pink. It's pink out tonight here at Lutheran High. Norville sticks it in there again, and would love to see these Cougar fans a little bit of energy here.
Right.
They're sitting over there kind of lethargic is what I would say, Doug.
Well, I think that first quarter really kind of threw us for a loop. You know, Cougars jumped out to that big lead, 22-4. Now all of a sudden, you know, the Wildcats have then been doing a great job getting back in this game here, and they're in striking distance.
Mays is going to be called a foul on Williams here. So can I have Mays with the foul? Williams is going to be at the free throw line again. Boy, this clock is really crawling now with the stoppage of play and fouls.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, Williams hit these last 2, so now she's going to have an opportunity to pull even closer here. Down 9, the Wildcats are to be potentially down 7. Also a shout out here, we have some Westminster grandparents watching from Florida. It sounds like everyone's in Florida. I want to go to Florida.
Yeah. What the heck?
Thanks for watching and tuning in tonight. We appreciate it.
That's awesome. And your granddaughter has played a great game tonight, so happy to have some Westminster fans join in the broadcast tonight.
I hated to see, I mean, I know she's on the other team, and we're kind of Cougar home fans here, but nevertheless, I wanted to see Addie Kane stay in the game because she's been fun to watch on the offensive and the defensive end.
We may see her on the varsity game as well.
I think you're right.
There's bodies on the floor. It must have been a collision that we missed there. And Kitchell's going to take some time off the clock. Smart play here by Kitchell. As he's told, through the legs, Rachel Smith with some creative dribbling, and Kitchell wants the timeout. Doug, I think this gives us an opportunity to hear some from our sponsors.
Let's go to our bronze-level sponsors here. Anjon Manufacturing, Amp Restoration, Ben-Hur Construction, Brannicky Hardware, Pallardy Electric, Midas Hospitality, Rootberry, CertaPro Painters, the Kyle Hannigan Group, Impression, Claims Adjusters, and SCS Telecom Supply. And those owners are sitting right from us right now. Steve and Carol Pauk, owners of SCS Telecom Supply. So thank you very much. That is the parents of our varsity coach, Aaron Lutschwager.
And speaking of Lutschwager, Coach Lutschwager always eats a Milky Way before all of her games. So I was watching to see when she put it in her mouth, but I missed it. So, Doug, we've got some decisions here to make. We've got the Claw Award here to give out. So we've got 3 minutes on the clock. So I've got some thoughts. I don't know what's going through your head. We've made some controversial decisions here in the past. I think been frowned upon by some of the fans. So.
Hey, you know, if someone's not – if you want people not happy about your decisions, bottom line. Isn't that leadership 101? Someone's always going to be upset.
I do that every day.
Right?
I do that. Then I'm great at it.
Your family doesn't count, dude. Only your business.
They would say the same thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We'll see Brent over here shaking his head like never happens to him. I mean, you know, his lovely wife, Shelly, probably does whatever Shelly says. Don't you, Brent? He's not giving us an answer.
Bonham at the free throw line, 45-36, 2:55 left in this JV game. It's been a battle. I mean, Bullock gets the offensive rebound. Young gets the offensive rebound. Up and in, Sydney Young.
Sydney Young, nice play. And she is one who's in the running for that Claw Award here. That coveted Claw Award.
A scoop there by Bailu, good move by her as she went baseline, scooped up, and she was fouled. I didn't catch who the foul was.
I did not on either. You know, JT, and we do see this gym starting to fill up here with Cougar fans and Wildcat fans. And I think a big reason, like I said earlier, is you got two very good teams.
Powerhouses.
And the last time these two teams played, Westminster, won this game against the Cougars. That was in the playoffs last year. Do not have the score in front of me. I have to look that up.
That's how we ended our season last year?
It was, yeah. The Cougars won that district. Obviously, so the Wildcats. And then the Cougars actually were moved up to Class 5, and I think the Wildcats are in Class 4.
Yeah, I confirmed that with Coach Lutzwager.
You did, okay.
Offensive rebound, and the Wildcats are going to have another look for a three. Bulla pinball off of Smith and out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Wildcats.
You know, the Wildcats are going to need to hit one of these threes to get back. I mean, they're in the game right now, but to actually get within closer striking distance.
Hayes off the mark for three, and Mays for the Cougars gets the rebound and finds Bonham.
Well, Smith has to be stronger on that rebound.
Cardi B is going to take it to the house. She loses control, and that's out of bounds back to the Wildcats.
Yeah.
I think Kitchell might have liked to seen her pull up. What's the confusion here?
Yeah, pull that back out. It looks like we have our officials kind of
conferring
to one another. No, but to kind of talk a bit more, like kind of foreshadow this varsity game here. The Wildcats are coming in with a record, I believe, of 15-5.
That's accurate.
And have had some big wins.
They're led by Kat Martin, the varsity team. Off the mark by Shoemaker. Boy, I like that name, too. Katie Shoemaker. That rolls off the tongue.
It does. Absolutely does. You know, I can tell you it's going to be a big night here. I see one of the Post-Dispatch sports writers over there, a good friend of mine, Steve Overbay. So Steve Overbay is over across there. It looks like he will be covering this game tonight. Oh, almost another steal by Coleman.
Tell you what, I love that energy Coleman is brought here tonight.
She's another one who's up for that Claw Award tonight, JT. You know, I think we have a tough decision between three kids here who all could earn the Claw.
Kuhlman, Young, and Bonham. Cardi B.
You just love these nicknames, don't
well,
you?
she wanted a nickname, and she didn't even know it, but I already had a nickname for her.
Absolutely. Well, it goes back to her days over at Messiah Lutheran, I think.
Yeah,
when,
we
used to have some contests against them with our daughters, yeah.
She's always been a great basketball player, going back to 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and watching her play. Man, she was always a menace to our Zion Bobcats.
No, absolutely was. You know, the thing I like about Carly the most, frankly, is just she's smiling in the hallways. When I see her in the hallways, there's always a smile that she has on her face, and that's not
smiles
solely,
are contagious,
they
Doug.
Are.
They really are. So
And that's not solely her; that's her brother and her sister as well.
And the Wildcats get a timeout here. Boy, the Wildcats are running out of time here. But, Doug, I think I'd like to announce the Claw Award
you do
right
it.
now.
Claw Award can be announced.
So tonight we are going to give the Claw Award to Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Congratulations.
And for fans at home that do not know the monikers that we have established for people, that would be one Carly Bonham. So Carly Bonham is our Claw Award winner tonight. It was a tough one. We had some split votes up here, so
it was a good team game.
Totally.
It was everybody played as a part of this win. It's a little bit premature to say win, but it's a 12-point game with 1:38 on the clock, and just after this JV game, Doug, we'll be starting a new stream for the varsity game where the 18-4 Cougars take on the 15-5 Westminster Wildcats.
Yeah, and if you look at some of these common opponents that they have had, Westminster here was able to get by St. Charles West 72-59. Cougars beat that same St. Charles West team, but also lost to them earlier. And both of them, both the Wildcats and the Cougars, both lost to John Burroughs. I think you and I were both at that game, the Cougars game against John Burroughs. So Burroughs has a very, very good team this year.
Yeah, they matched up with Spicer really well that night and really shut the Cougars down on the defensive with their defense.
They also beat MICDS, who the Cougars also beat. And they had a good game against Webster Groves, lost by 11. Cougars are going to play that same Webster Groves team here next week. So Webster Groves is one of the better women's programs here in the St. Louis area. And they got a loss to Francis Howell Central, a team the Cougars did beat the 37-25 here earlier in this season here, right after Christmas break.
Turnover on the Cougars, and right back to the Wildcats, back to the Cougars, back to the Wildcats again. So Bonham, the Claw Award winner tonight, forces the turnover. And you talked about that smile. She just had one right there.
There it is. Again, like I said, that's her whole family. That's her sister Maggie and her brother Vinny. So they're just fun people and have been good students and good family here at Lutheran High.
And she goes baseline, finds Young. Young can't get it in, up, and in again.
Nice, man.
Sydney Young with the bucket.
Just playing a good game underneath, JT. We've said her name many times. I think the Cougars are going to close this one out. The lead is up to 14 points here as the time ticks down the end of the fourth quarter.
Three ball in for Dayton Hayes off the glass. That's going to all but wrap it up here as there's 15 seconds on the clock, and the Cougars are just going to burn the time here.
Cosmetic. And our Claw Award winner, Cardi B, is dribbling out this clock. She'll give it over to Sydney Young.
Sydney Young had a really great game
She did.
as well. So on 2 3-pointers, rebounded. She controlled the glass for the Cougars. Congratulations to the Lady Cougars here, the JV team, as they win 50-39. I'm JT Norville alongside Doug Kuhlman, and Brent Gossett will be live soon on the varsity stream. We're going to shut this down. Thank you, everyone.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!